Esteban, Mindy. What is happening, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Just waiting for some people to hop on here.
Hi, Brody.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good. I love your posters. It's so cool.
I love yours. you got a new one.
I got a new one. It's an elephant.
That's my spirit animal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's the elephant, and then it's also the tree of life. It's a 2-for-1.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got the tapestries all over my room.
Right?
A bunch of them.
Yeah. I love it. Just having a bit of extra color is always nice. Cool, cool. So if you guys want, if you would like, you can join Jeremy in the horse stance. Very similar. If you can see him in the one screen, I'm going to pin it on him right now. You guys will be able to see Jeremy. If you'd like to join, go ahead. Or if you just like to join in some light breathing as well, that's great too.
Yeah, we're getting the presents. We're bringing in the presents. Oh, yes. So glad to have you guys. I've been super excited for this. So just a nice little introductory. We're just going to go and start practicing some of the stuff that we've learned. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And then you can join me if you'd like, or if, just fill in the vibration. The more we practice, the better everything gets. This is when we plant something, when we have an intention, we plant it, and then this is how we cultivate it so that it grows. It takes time for things to grow. It's time we take our power back, and this is the step that we do that in. This is the step of transformation, transition. This is where most people can reach enlightenment. This step is where life begins. Oh man. Well, this is gonna be good. I'm feeling it, baby. I'm feeling it. Oh man, it's just Holy Ghost bumps from head to toe. I'm just shooting out all the healing, all the love, all the light. And where this light touches, there can be no darkness, no sickness, no anything. We repel everything of the darkness and only receive that which is of the light. We've seen now, from this step, we've seen both what we don't want, and now it's time to start focusing on what we do want. This is the excitement. This is going from autopilot to co-creator. From always reacting to stuff that I hate, life is terrible, to this is what I want, this is where I'm going, this is amazing. Yeah, I figured I'd start out. I'm already wearing yellow, and so I'm already too bright, but you can't be too bright, so that's why I'm wearing it. And so I figured I'd calm myself to the best of my abilities while starting out with our hardest yet easiest form. This is where we get the most stuff done. So what this step is, we've cleared our minds, we've let it in, we've let it go, and we don't receive it, and we don't let it back in. So that's how we can clear, clear, clear. Okay? Now, we are able to hear. When you clear, your mind than you can hear from the divine. Ooh, that was good. So then that's when we can actually put everything down, deal with it. Then we can move on to the energy doors, okay? And so what all that looks like, let's just go from the beginning. So it's like, all right, so we're in the base form, feet together. And then this is where we're clearing our mind. We're getting out that wobble. Oh, it's hard. But that's why we practice. So it gets easier and easier. Clear out that wobble. All right. And then when you're good and you've cleared out that wobble, you've cleared out everything, then you can move into the shoulder width stance. And so just here, this is where we do a lot of the work. This is where we're planting and rooting and grounding and shooting roots and vibrations throughout the whole entire universe. It just, every time we come to this place, this is what we're doing. This is how we grow and expand. Okay? And so once we're here, this is where we can get comfortable and do the energy doors. And we're running through those energy doors through that amazing, on that amazing hill, and all the butterflies and just everything that you just do it up so that you love to be there. And you're just going. And then just one day you go through all those energy doors, and then all of a sudden you're like, and you're just flying. And then you're just up. Everything is so good. Everything is so perfect. You've dealt with everything. Who cares about anything? And then all of a sudden, boom, whoa, I just hit something. I've been flying straight up and I've hit something. This is where you begin to meet your higher self. This is where you look up and there's a doorknob. And as you're opening the doorknob, it's opening for you. It's a really weird feeling. It's like when someone walks in and you're opening the door and they're opening the door and you go, ugh! But anyways, so then this is where life really changes. So you're going strong, and then all of a sudden a hand pulls you up. And then in my experience, it was all dark. And I was like, wait a second, this doesn't seem right. And so then all of a sudden I see my higher self just kind of come out. And he's huge, and he's gold, and he's just ripped, and he's like, look at me, bro, look at us. And I'm like, oh, it was awesome. And that's what you guys are getting ready to do. That's what these practices are leading us into. So, so that's why I decided to start out here, because what I can do is I can go with this practice straight through this. I can just instantly, I don't have to do anything. I can just be at work or anything and just close my eyes and just for a millisecond, just a moment, do all these things, fly. I'm with my higher self, and then all the ascended masters and all of the ancestors and all of our loved ones are there. And then in time, and we'll get there, my higher self actually turned on the lights. And that's when I saw everybody. And then we all went in to the throne of the Creator. And we were all just like, we love you, thank you, this is awesome. And then I got out in front of everybody, and I was just, thank you so much. I'm sorry it took me so long to get here. Thank you for your patience, but now I'm here, let's get it. And if you want to stay and help, party, have a great time. If not, I know you guys got stuff to do. And so the culmination of this meditation is to be able to get in front of the Creator. And I started at his feet, and I would get a little bit closer, and it was just so much perfection and presence and amazingness. I'm like, oh, it's too good. And then I'd scoot back. I'm like, oh, okay, and I'd get a little bit closer. I'm like, oh, this is awesome, too much, and I go back. And so that's what I've been practicing. And that's what all this is leading up to. And now I'm able to bring everybody in. Hello, love you, thank you for everything. And then I don't even go to the Creator's feet. I just take a running jump and I land, boom, right in his lap. And then I just stare into his eyes and I just get consumed. And that's what's created everything. Woo! Sit down. Oh, all right, Brody. Oh, man.
Thank you very much, brother. That was really, really cool. I just got to make sure that everything's working properly as far as the pins here.
Great. Yeah, so pardon me. Well,
Man,
I'll come back down to earth for a second.
that was great. That was an incredible intro, bro. We really appreciate it. I'm going to fix my hair. New haircut, everybody.
You look amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Now that I can see everybody's beautiful face. Hello.
Absolutely. Amy joined in the process. Maria joined in the process.
Yes.
Esteban, Mindy, and we're going to have an awesome time, everyone. So make sure you've got some water. Make sure you're in a comfortable place. And, yeah, just give yourself this full time to really focus on this, because what's going to happen today is huge transformations. Huge transformations. And I want you guys to really understand that by the end of this, you might not look at the world the same way. And that's our goal for this, right? But we also understand that you might be looking at this in a way where you don't think that's possible for you yet. And that's okay. That's 100% okay. We're going to help you through this. We're going to go through it. And some experiences that you might have heard of, that you might hear from me or Jeremy, might not be your exact experience. That's okay. You're going to have something just as cool, just as unique, if not better. And so that's what we're giving you as like this goal you're headed for. So you know why you're here. You know why you want to continue watching this. So first things first. Yeah, framework. First things first. We'll get to that. Divine Spark. Divine Spark.
Welcome in. The only reason why any of this matters. Ooh, can you see it? Oh man, he's here, everybody. It, not he. She, it's an all-encompassing everything.
We're here
God,
together.
Source, the Creator, the Almighty, is here and cares for us and is making a way for humanity in a new, fresh way. That's why you're here. That's what this is. This is a new, fresh move of the love of God for his children. He didn't go anywhere. He just let us cook and incubate and grow. And now now it's time to come out. But what that incubation period was suffering, murdering, killing, dying, sickness, poverty. How can he let any of this happen? No, it was us. It was how we grow. When you're a baby and a child, you throw temper tantrums, hissy fits. Okay, so can we, even as warriors and barbarians. And so now that now we're like, man, I am not doing that nonsense ever again anymore, period. So this is the step of making stands.
Wow.
Man, dude, I don't know how I'm going to make it through this. I'm about to explode.
It's going to be great, man. It's going to be great.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll do it one step at a time, right?
Yeah. It's yellow, man. Look at this yellow.
Yep.
Just.
Yeah, and I think this is one thing that I want to share for sure. It's maybe not the most spiritual thing, but by the inch, it's a cinch. But by the mile, it's a pile. And honestly, that's all I ever tried doing, is just trying new things and just chunking it. Just be like, okay, maybe that whole thing wasn't like exactly what I'm tackling right now, but I know that one thing that I thought was really cool, and I'm going to try that. And just by chunking it, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And you can do it. It's just sometimes the massiveness of it, or the like, oh my God, I don't think I'm like that, can feel like it's maybe not you, but we're kind of saying right now that it most definitely is a part of you. You can experience this 100%. We're going to help you through it. So really, really appreciate, again, everyone coming. Like, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day. We value that really, like, a lot. Thank you very much. And anyone watching in the future through the replays, hello, we see you too. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we love you too. So let's get started here. I think what we're diving into today, like what's been mentioned, is step 3, and that is serenity. And it's going to be huge transformation, like I said before. This is where the massive clearing happens, because it's your choice now. It's not so much as someone like doing certain things and then you get a little bit of burst and you're like, oh, that was good. Yeah, no, I think I feel it. It's you finally finding a practice that works for you and then you being able to just whip that out whenever you want. And then
Ooh.
so that, you know, it's just like having that type of, I don't know what the word is, leverage, but, you know, resources, ability, you know, connection, alignment, like having that ability is very, very empowering. That's what I find, because you don't have to put your power into other people's arenas anymore, so to speak, if you don't want to, right? You can keep it in your own and kind of bring that power back in, you know, to build yourself.
It's like the toaster, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's as simple as that. It's just that simple reconnection. Because if you have a toaster and you got your bread in there and you hold down the thing, you're doing everything that religion, government, family tells you to. I did that. You know, go to school, get married, go to college, get married, get a job, you know. We did all that. And so now
that's perfect.
We plug this in. Yes. And so then we do the same thing that we've been doing, and that's why it's like, wait a second. But then we do the ding again, and then we wait, because when you plant something, you must cultivate it and it must grow, and then you can harvest it. So when it dings, give it a minute, people, the toast will come out. Then we can all have something to eat and we all win. That's what is so epic about this, is I thought I was already doing this. I'm already a Christian. You know what I mean? I'm already at this. I can't pull over. I'm already pulled all the way over. You know? So now the snozberries taste like snozberries. This is where everything turns.
Dude, that's sweet.
So, you know, this is the upstream with our boat, and now we've finally thrown out our oars, and that was the surrender, and then we start going downstream, and now life is good. Now we practice that, and then that consistent, can you be happy anyways? That's what we've learned so far, to overcome fear, and then to surrender, to just, you got your fill. Now you have to control and discipline, and you've seen everything that you don't want. So now it's time to go and do what we do want. So that's where we're at. That's on the cosmic map, the cosmic scale. It's like you can't do anything until you go to that little place and it says you are here. Then you can know where to go. Oh, so we're here, okay? Everybody, we're here now.
Here.
What is here? What have we done? And so I'm going to go just real quick, Brody, and I'll hand it back to you. Some of the things that we've done to get here, okay? This is, we have removed curses and attachments, generational, from our ancestors. That was what that stick was all about. See, we made that stand, and we continue to make that stand. So that's huge. People are like, why am I feeling so good? I'm not really, what is this huge difference? Why am I feeling so good? Well, probably because you don't have curses and demons and attachments on you anymore. If we want to get, you know, that's just one part, okay? And so then we've taught and learned the meditations. That's what we went over in the front of the video, and the forms, and we put all that together with the breathing, and then we can control our mind, and that's the step 2, the surrender and everything. And we started the discipline, and this step 3 now is we've had all the information basically. So now we're starting to put it into practice. See, knowledge that's practice equals wisdom, and wisdom that is applied is clarity. So overcoming fear, control over the emotions, because our emotions are energy in motion. That's how we put out and attract and repel in the universe. That's what is the reverberation. As our aura grows, our energy grows, and that is what goes out farther. And then we keep focusing, and it keeps shining, and it keeps shining. Then you have to get on that next level for it to come to you. So we've learned the law of attraction. That's basically, You feel good, you get good. You feel bad, you get bad. That's Abraham Hicks in 5 seconds.
Right.
So out of 10,000 hours, that's what I got, you know? Control how you feel, and you control your destiny. Because it starts with a feeling, then it turns into some thoughts, then those thoughts that are practiced turns into a belief, then that belief turns into manifestations and lifestyles, and that's where you go, and that's what you do, and these are the people that you're with. That's where we're getting our power back. It's like, oh, that's why I got divorced. That's why I was in those horrible situations with those horrible people, is because I was one. That's why I didn't. Everybody's like, oh, I didn't attract this into my life. Yes, you did. And that is the very thing that will crush you. And then you can be remade. And then that's the surrender. That's the going back downstream. That's the reconnection. That's the purge. That's the dark night of the soul. That's our cave moment. This is learning to love ourselves so that we know what we want and where to go. And then the people who are supposed to be with us can come, because we're all going in the same direction. Then we all lift up each other. So, well, I mean, so yeah, that's where we've been, and now all of that to get to now. That's the mantra. It took all of that to get to now. So what are we doing now? To you, Brody. Love you so much.
Yeah, brother. No, that's amazing. That's like a that's fullness right there, you guys. You could review that over and over again, because it's in entirety. When it's said just like that, you can feel like, whoa. But that's why it's there for you. What's going to implement, what's going to stick, that's great. And hold on to those things, write them down, and then come back and revisit. And that's what these are for here. It's just this full integration, some of it conscious, some of it subconscious. It's just being here is very powerful. You know, whether you're absolutely getting very, very passionate about the practices and really, really seeing and finding that they work for you, or if you're still trying to see if this is like like a coat you're trying on. You know, we're not saying you have to keep this coat on. Try it on for a minute, see if you like it, see if it fits good, see if you get a couple good remarks. If you do, keep it. Like, you know, that's all we're trying to do with you today. We're trying to ask of you today. It's just to gain this newer experience. And because I feel a lot of people, it's that imbalance, and how I look at it, which might be a little bit incomplete. I'm still learning along a lot along with newer members and stuff as well, which is this really cool process, and joining people and understanding, and it's been really fun.
More layers and more layers. And
what I've noticed is, like, I definitely was thinking a lot with my mind, but almost like the percentage, like 100% or whatever, 99% one sometimes, like, you know, to the point where I was like, that thing beats blood in my body. Like, what do you mean? Like, why would, like, this is the most important thing up here, right? Like, you know, that's what we're taught in society, but slowly. And then, like, but there's also imbalances where someone can be just like full heart, but then they don't got any like reality. They don't obviously, they live on the street and they don't pay their bills or something like, you know, or something like to the opposite extreme or something like that, where it's like, you know, so there is this balance like that, right? And what we want to build for you is the connection. And for me, what the connection means is the heart-mind connection. And so each of them is getting a play in the conversation. So when you went out and carried into your life, you're probably looking at keeping up with the Joneses, making sure that you did exactly as your parents did maybe, or, you know, looking at your outside world for like, okay, that's what I should do. Okay, that's what I should do. That person looks like they're having a decent time over there. Maybe I should go try that, right? All the while limiting what you actually want to do, right? Because your mind is like, you can make money there, or that's easy, or that's close to home, or whatever. It's just like that quick comfort zone. You go to it, and then it quickly becomes, you think it's your life, but really it was just a decision you made along the path, and that's all it was, and that was written in stone at that moment.
It's like a culture, okay? And what, break that down? Culture, a cult. You've been living in a cult, you know, all those things that they tell you to do. What if you don't? What if those are not for you? What if those are contrary to your soul?
And I don't need to even really go down that road, because it's very, very well explained online in different places. And it probably will be the bigger voice coming in the next decade. But you guys haven't noticed already, sex sells. And they're using sex to sell you and belittle you and make you feel not enough so that they can fill their goddamn pocketbooks. But what ends up happening when we pull that power back onto our own self and we're like, nah, dude, those sexy women don't do nothing for me. The watches, the clothes, the locations, the whatever. I've got literally heaven on earth inside of me right now. Sell me that. And they're like, oh, well, I got the sugar water that's in like 20 different flavors. You want to try the new flavor? It's like, fuck off, bro. Sorry. But that's where I'm at this moment with certain things like that. But for sure, that's where it's like, you can become limitless. You can have your own power. For whatever reason, there's powers that be that are trying to hold that back a little bit from you for some reason. And it might be because they have an agenda, right? And it most likely is because they have an agenda.
Yes.
Right?
And well, there are babysitters. They are put there until we can do it for our own. We thank them. We're system busters. We're not some revolution. We're not going to go in and kill them and all that nonsense and perpetuate it. No, we are just on a higher level. And so we're going to make and create things on a higher level that's beneficiary for everyone. And they're like, I really didn't like that system. They were forcing me to be like this. So then we even save the system from the system.
Well, and this is the old paradigm where it's like you have to go through my guy, through this guy to actually learn the teaching, right? And by doing that, there's things that happen like Knights Templar. I don't know the full extent of it, but the things were kept away for a long time for whatever reason. They thought it'd be destructive,
hold the control,
or whatever. Or they thought it was for monetary gains, or whatever the reason was. I don't even know. Like that's way back in the day. But it was big. It was a huge thing where they were keeping this inside, right? And now with it, let me regain my thought with this now, because looking at it now, that's not the goal now anymore. It's not the goal to hoard and control and manipulate and maintain. It might have served us. It might have got us to a certain point. And it all had to happen to get to here. No one's wrong for doing it, right? It got us up into this point. What is the next thing forward is going now is the love and abundance vibration, the win-win vibration. I don't have to, if I win, who's losing, right? And that's the consideration that we haven't been taking into consideration. And that's the heart. That's the brain of the heart. Actually, like when you're thinking with your heart, when you actually speak from the heart, there's all these tells in language that like the heart is actually very intelligent. It's actually, some may even say more intelligent than mine. And then some say that the gut's even more intelligent than the heart or something like that, right? Like we're finding out that all the organs are playing like very, very interesting roles in actually our cognitive thought and how life works and blah, blah. But we just think they're just something else, right? We're still
organs. They're not just organs.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we say connection, that's what I tried to say, like building that connection of using all the things that are ready and available inside of you. And this is one thing that really separated me possibly from the people that I was around at the time, because I was in a situation where you're following the leader, right? And this might put me out of work, but I don't care because I know the universe, God, will serve me with the right amount of people with what I need, and it's no problem. But there is no more effective spiritual healer than the person you're looking at in the mirror right now. Honest. You might take some time. It might take some time to build up those skills, but in the end, you will most definitely be the most powerful spiritual healer for you. That's just like 100%. People will give you perceptions. They'll lead you on the right path, but then it's you being the person that puts it into practice and gets it. So it is you. It's always you. It's always you doing
the walking.
They make you think, change your thought. That's what we do. We don't change you. We're not like pulling you down to the water. We might get you close to the water a little bit, but we're not yanking the reins down and making you drink. And we're like, meditate longer, like that. Because it's like, first, it's like, that's just cruel. But we want people to want to have to do it, right? Like, honestly, it would work. And I'd be tempted to
they just don't know what it is.
That's not what we're going for. Because why would I want to have to come down to the river? Oh, Mindy, she needs a drink again. I have to come over and then I go over to Esteban. Or Esteban, you thirsty too? Who's doing all the work? So we're moving from a place of like, had a good
pushing
point.
You out of the nest.
We're moving out of a place where if you don't like work, well, that's what we're moving out of. We're moving out of that work so that people don't feel like there's this huge burden all the time on all of them, and that they need to feel that they have to like damage or hurt other people because they've been given this huge burden like that, right? And so the work's on the way out. It most definitely is. Like so many different things with automation, with all these cooler, newer things. I don't know what it's going to look like, but there probably is going to be a reality where I grew up in where people might not actually have to work. It might actually be automated. There might actually be things where we can go and do what we actually really want. That's the
Make
paradise.
the robots do the stuff we don't want to.
Who wouldn't want to create a world where that was possible?
Right.
And then why isn't it not being done? Like, you know, so that it's just like, this is happening and it's moving forward. Some people might say, well, it's not happening yet. And you can be like, because this ball's rolling right now and you can be a part of it and you can grow it with us. But that's where we're headed at with this, you guys. So this whole thing is going to definitely, it's going to help you build that heart-mind connection. And one of the quickest and easiest ways we know how to do this is a very easy demonstration. And if everyone could pull out a pen.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to like this.
And Jeremy, maybe you've done this before.
Or,
you can show them what it's like.
I don't really, you know, a lot of people have a hard time smiling. Anyway, where in the world are you going with this? Well, see, we are chemical factories, and just the very act of smiling sends chemicals to your brain that changes the vibration and your feelings and your emotions immediately. And so most people are just so, I mean, just look, like if you can see me, like I just have these, from my old energy is just these furrows. I just sit here like this all the time, just you know, that's where I came from. And so I have that reminder. And so some people have that RBF, you know, resting bitch face. It's like, can you smile? You know? And so I know this is weird and small, but this is big and epic. Big doors swing on little hinges. So everybody got their pen? And so we're going to teach you how to smile. We're going to teach you how to love again. And so this is going to be super silly, but do it. And so, smile. Smile. Practice smiling. It changes your heart. You know, and see, I think we should just do this whole, like, this is just how we should go. I won't do that to you. But see, this is these little tools, these little perceptions, these little adjustments that help change your life. I don't have a problem smiling anymore. I can't keep these big old teeth in my face. So, you know, but, you know, anyway, so we that was just something fun for you guys to do on the side, you know, change those chemicals and then you will change your life. We're so addicted to feeling like shit because that's all we think there is. See, we're starting to flip that coin. Feeling good feels awesome. Feeling bad is stupid. It hurts the planet. It's the collective consciousness when you're there and everybody's like, ah, wah, 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 wah. That's why you're being driven insane. Knock it off. When you get these vibrations high by smiling, by doing things you love, you get out of that collective consciousness and you pave a better way for people. Then it's clear and crisp and you're like, wow, it's quiet up here. My mind feels good. It's no longer a battlefield. Ooh, life is good. Ooh, things are coming that I actually like. Ooh. You see, this is how life is supposed to feel.
Brother?
Just from a smile, baby. Just smile, baby. Shine, shine, shine. Daggone. Whew. I'm about fired up, Brody.
Man, light rays, man. Laser beams. Laser beams. Okay. I just literally have some sun in my eye right now. My blinds aren't the best.
That's me. Sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
you know,
not
like,
sorry.
Jeremy, blind me can't read my book now. No, I'm just kidding. Awesome. So if everyone's getting into it, give yourself a little stretch right now.
Yeah.
Have a little
Pat yourself on the back, man. We went a long
maybe just
damn
like
way, baby.
dust your shoulders off. There might be a little stardust built up on there.
Yeah.
The gravel's there, so make sure you dust that off, you know. You're already shining so much. Blinding me, like
I heard something funny the other day. It's like, let's make a stand and let's just really, like, we're going to do this from now on and let's shake on it. And so now instead of this crap, let's shake on it.
Dude, that would be so funny to see two like super high level CEOs, super straight faced.
You'll see it. I'm gonna do it to them.
And like they go to shake and they're like, yeah.
Get nerds.
All right, you guys.
Oh, see, all we're doing is bringing the happy back.
Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, everyone. This is where we're gonna get a little bit. We're gonna dive deep. We're gonna go deep, and we're gonna really get some meat and potatoes. Because I'm from Saskatchewan. I'm from farm towns. I'm gonna say the meat and potatoes. What's happening right now?
We don't need the milk anymore.
We're saying a lot of stuff. Exactly.
Yeah.
Giving you the milk. We've been taking it easy on you, but we know by taking it easy on you and you having no transformation is actually doing you the worst service ever. So this is why this is like gonna get a little bit into it. There might be some stuff that you don't necessarily, it might trigger you. It might be something that you don't necessarily agree with, or it might not necessarily be your belief. But this is just a general consensus, a general perception of what some people are thinking right now, of what this feeling is and how it kind of all came to be and whatever. And it's obviously we can't go back in time, but some people have channeled and some people have done certain things where it's fairly concrete. A lot of people have channeled a very similar message. And what's coming to start up is like when, it's like,
scientific method.
It's like, it's like call the kettle black type of thing. Like it's coming up so many different places through all these different, like
there's something
this
to
is
it.
most likely what it is at the moment. So, and I'm going to explain it through time and space because I'll get it a little bit scientific for anyone that doesn't want to go chakra, alignment, all around there, but it's very similar. We're talking about the same things, just using different words. English language is very limiting, so bear with me. Okay.
Yeah, we love science. Let's just say, it's a foundation, but there's more. There's more to what meets our little baby de-evolved eyeballs. There's a lot more to see. So anyways, yes, brother.
Yeah, because we wanted to kind of jump in this and saying that,
we've covered it all.
We're trying to get you to get to a point where you know exactly where you're at. You're here. And no one can screw with you when you're in here and now. Literally the only person that takes you out of here and now is you. Or someone does something and then you react to it and that takes you out of the now, right? People can do whatever they want around you. It's your decision, your choice to make decisions over the emotions and how you're going to deal with them and what you're going to do and all those types of things. That's where it starts right there, right? So we figured that out. We're aware of that now, So we're going to start figuring out where you're at right now, looking at it. We went through the suffering. We've surrendered, continuing that process. And once you know where you're at, you're no longer lost. Like, let's just say it. Like, here's your permission. You are found in the now, in here with us. And you're happy, and you can have this all the time. Like, here's your permission. Like, don't let anyone else tell you any different, right? It might fade. There you go. Let's shake on it. I love it. Okay, and so I wanted to basically explain this perception of like creating your own reality, or us basically being our reality. You come from, you're the essence of things that have been creating worlds. You come from the one. You are everything, and you can create everything. And I'm going to explain it more in a scientific way, because that's the best way that I usually get the most truths, and it makes it most impactful for me at the moment. So time and space are related. Okay? And for a long time, we think they're separate things, right? There's the space that we're walking around in, and then there's time. That's this linear thing. But space is time demonstrated in the expansion, okay? So, and the truth is here that there's no such thing as space, really, honestly. There's no such thing as pure empty space with nothing in it. There's always something. Everything is something. Even the emptiest little space in the air is filled with vapors so thin and stretched out over infinite areas that they almost seem like they're not there. Then after these vapors are gone, there's energy, pure energy. This manifests as vibration, oscillations, movements of the all at a particular frequency. So invisible energy is the space, right? Which holds matter together, literally like the glue, if you want to look at it that way. And once, we're using your linear time model, like the linear time that we calendar years, 1800s, 1900s, that progression, right? Because that's what we feel that's been happening, right? All the matter in the universe was condensed into a tiny speck. At one point, it was all coming down into one tiny speck. What do people talk about the Big Bang and things like that, right? And it condensed down into such a tiny speck, like you wouldn't even really, like it's the size of a pinhead, the whole entire universe. That's how dense. We think things are dense, like a rock, but it's still like 98% space. When you look at it on a very like subatomic quantum level, the majority of it's all space. And only 2% of it is actually real, like solid matter. So if we're made up of matter, essentially we're made up of, electrons, neutrons, protons that make up atoms, that make up molecules. Our molecules make up the different parts of our cells make up the different parts of our body. And you go all the way back down the train, and if protons and electrons and neutrons are actually all made of 98% space, and actually the freaking atom is all basically space, well then what are we? Freaking space, bro. We're like, we feel physical and we feel heavy at times and stuff, but really we're really light. We can be we can be really, really light beings like that, right? And so that's what this process does. It's lightening you up. Take the lighter side of things. It all comes from that happiness vibration. That's what but when you're angry, when something's in your way that's heavy, that's like, oh man, it's got an agenda. He's got to do something today. Like, it's just like, it's heavy. So what I wanted to move that into is essentially in the end, what did I want to say in the end? I'm going to try and really, really share what I really want to say here with this, because you can take that as whatever you want it to be, right? But just know people are using thoughts and using like vibrations and those types of descriptions to attract better and better lives. And not better to like out-better someone else, but just because the better of the whole, they know by them improving themselves, it's making the whole better. If we're happy, it makes the world happy, right? We all understand that hurt people just hurt people. Happy people make other people happy. But if you actually started taking time and working on being happier and happier and happier, well, now you're putting out even more of a ripple effect into it, and you're helping it experience more, and everyone is getting that overflow, and that's amazing. And really what I want to instill in you guys is the belief that it's possible, because for a long time I heard it and I was like, okay, that's very interesting for you, but not necessarily as much for me, where I'm at right now. I've got all these beliefs or these things that I hold as true, and I don't really feel that that's the right thing. I think you're onto something, but I don't really feel like that's the right thing, and that's okay. Just know that if you don't really believe in a process, or you don't believe if that's possible for you, start looking at how well-founded your lack of belief is, and then start going down the breadcrumb trail of where you picked up that lack of belief. And then start to find that specific location and then say, oh, was that me that made that decision, or was that something else?
Some old energy telling me what to do. Yeah. Right. I don't have to receive that. I don't have to accept that. I don't have to receive death. I don't have to receive sickness. I don't have to receive poverty. But when I wasn't saying no, then it would come in because I wasn't telling it to stop. When I told it to stop, I've never been sick in my whole entire life because I don't believe in it. I do not receive it. And this is what we're trying to break it down in all sorts of beautiful pictures so that one of them will touch you, so that you see it in the way that touches your mind and heart. And see, your mind is what is that reality, but I see it. There's things that are true and they're bad. There's also things that are true and they're good. We're trying to help you be a better sifter of what you want. And see, as you starve out that energy of the stuff that you don't want, it starves out the energy. We don't dig up problems. We get stronger and then we go love them out of here. Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing, is we're like what we're trying to do is get this connection with our body and our mind. How are you talking to yourself? This is the empowerment moment. This is where it turns into willpower. And so this is all about the I, the self-esteem, the self-love.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you want? See, that's where we're going, and that's where we can't know where we're going until we've seen all the stuff that we don't want. That's what helps us in the new leading edge. Every problem has a built-in solution. That's why it came. So can we stop hating and hurting on everything? It came to you for a blessing. The very things that brought me enlightenment were homelessness and divorce and betrayal and abandonment and beating. You know, that was my fill. That's what I had to go through to get to here.
Yeah, I lost 2 pair.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about that. We'll get that. All right. So anyways, had a speaker on there. So
Yes, that was our
that-
guest speaker, everyone, just for a short moment, but they're gone now. So yeah, if you missed it,
Yeah.
okay.
So you know, so what actually is, say, step 3, the solar plexus? What is that energy? You know, and so when we're that energy, when it's imbalanced, is insecurity. And insecurity is the plague of the planet right now. Nobody can do anything because you're such a fat, ugly, stupid piece of crap, you know? And so how are we talking to ourselves? This is that connection. See, I used to talk to myself, you're a piece of shit. I hate you. I can't wait to die. I'm going to the rope store. You know, remember all those step 1 moments and step 2 moments. This is why we've gotten to here. We can't take it anymore. So we adjust. It hurts. So then we fix it. We change it. That's all this is we were doing it the wrong way. Now let's just go do it the right way. Because we've experienced everything. Now we have the wisdom. Now we're grown. Now we know better. So then that's what overcomes the insecurity is experience and the very art and act of suffering. The triggers are good. They're what is telling you, hey, you're out of alignment. You're like, oh, shit, what do I got to learn? Oh, I'm not being in unconditional love. I need to give this person some space and some grace, and then we'll all make it safely. I don't know what they're going through. They need a little bit of extra something, something. So back it up.
Mm.
That's how we come back together, you know? And so then this is our personal power. This is how we deal with our core. This is how we take inertia and turn it into action, divine action. We're not just out here shotgun, you know, chopping and hitting all sorts of trees expecting to cut down a forest. No, we are focusing on one with a sharp axe, and then that one's down. Then we move to the next one, and then that one's down. And then before long, the forest is cleared. This is where we're going from reactive to proactive. Like a fighter, if you're always dodging, you know, what things are coming, that's one step behind. But if you can start acting, then you don't have to react so much because you're in control. This is where you take your power back in your life. You're not like, why, Lord? Why? No, it's like, you know, we become preventative maintenance. How do you stop fear? Before it ever even happens, that momentum, you have a car and you're right here and you let it roll just a little bit and it bumps you. You can stop it. That's your emotions. Knock it off before you create something bad. And then if we don't, that momentum gets going and we're way down at the hill. What's that momentum going to do? It's going to smash us. So what do? There's really only 2 things you can do is meditate or go to sleep. Take a nap. Then the momentum subsides. That's when you can get into the presence. That's why these things are so important. If there's only 2 ways to fix something, don't you think you should do them?
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's all.
This is just came to me right now, brother. We always love cars and driving, and I love the driving analogies. And this one came to me where it's like as well too, where you're driving and when you're driving, sometimes like if you get road rage, you know, everyone's got it or everyone has this experience or knows of people that get this experience. You know, it's the first kind of level of that stuff, and you know, you freak out. Well, most of the people will just continue to do that. But so to speak in life, you know, you're driving in your car and something happens. It's like that trigger, that road rage or whatever it is like that, right? Well, Nowadays, when I'm driving, if I'm getting to a point where I'm like getting like really tired in a car, or really like unsettled, like it's like that cabin fever, cabin crazy, what do? You just pull over the car, you get out, you stretch your legs, you get out, everything's good.
Yes.
Just the fact of you get to go out, you get to enjoy, you get to stretch because it's something new. It's just like trying that out for a little bit. Plus, because you know better that you're not going to come and bring your old energy or energy that's not needed back into the car before you start driving again. Because if you continue to do that, that's dangerous, right? You could hurt people in the process by not being in your full, complete self like that,
And
right? You're
that
not
is meditation. That is meditation, is getting out of your vessel, getting out of this body, this vehicle. I can only go like a week. I do those super huge redneck deprivation chamber meditations where I go straight to the source. You know, I have to do those at least once a week. That's how I go and get filled. You can't be on 100 billion octane and then just be empty. You have to go get filled back up. That's how you get the toast, is that reconnection, is that meditation, is that relationship. This isn't a religion. This is a relationship with the divine through creating a highway between the heart and mind. Boom. And then as you open that heart and mind and you're talking to your body better, then you can start telling your body stuff. That's called the innate, your smart body. And you're like, hey, I really want you to focus on this. I really want you to heal this. And it's like, screw you. You've been mean to me our whole life. And you're like, okay. I'm not going to yell at you and get mad like I always have done. Let's do something new. I love you. Ho'oponopono is another thing that we've taught is I forgive you. I'm sorry. And then, thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
Yeah. And so then I heard that in my body say, you know what? I've kind of bucked against you as well. And I'm sorry too. And then you're like, I love you and I forgive you. And then I'm like on the outside, I'm like, body, I forgive you. And I'm also sorry. I didn't mean to treat you like that. We went through some hard stuff. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add to it. I didn't know any better. I'm sorry. And then now you have that sweet, beautiful relationship with your own self. Then you're like, body, what do you want? And it'll tell you, I want some fruits, I want some vegetables, I want this. And then you can start following and flowing. That's how you get in the flow, is body connected to the mind is now able to receive the spirit. This is the alignment of the spirit, mind, and body. Woo! This is how, is by love. Everybody said it all along, but we just didn't hear it right. We just didn't see it right. We didn't feel it right because they were all disconnected. So then when they're all connected, then I can see it right. I can hear it right. And I can feel it right. That's what connects and makes it go from a little baby thread to an open straw to a blazing tornado of divine connection. You're making this little radio frequency. If it's on 95.9 and you're out at 101.5, you're way off. You're not hearing what source has to say. You're disconnected. And so we're helping you get and fine tune back in, tap back in. And then as you stay on 95.9, it grows. And then you can go and experience it in new levels, like an onion. That's what life is. It's not about necessarily levels, but layers. This is something new. It's layers. And so you have this level, and you can go all up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down in this level. And then when you finally stay up here, 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 consistency, no wobble, boom, it breaks through, and now you're in a new level. Then you go up and down, 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 and then you stay up here, stay up here, stay up here, stay up here. You break through, and then you're in a new level. You can't. And so once you do those, then you can use all of those, and you can revisit all of those. That's why you even said in the beginning is, yes, I went through the process, but I'm learning so much going back through it with all of you, even with the newbies, and we're all relearning it at deeper levels And that's why this is eternal and universal. That's why this system came from God, the Almighty, saying, everybody goes through this, what you're going through right now, in a way. They will feel like this. Write this down and don't forget it. That's how the 7 steps were made. That's why all this works so much. It's like, how is this so awesome? It's because it's a move from God for you. This is love. This is growth. Now that we've been banging around in that egg, and then we get out, now we're looking around, all that took to get out of that egg, all that hardship, is what makes us strong enough to get out of the egg and now go and navigate better.
That's amazing.
Mom. Yeah.
Bro, I want to try something. I want to try something really cool here because I think we really went really well. And I think we're going to hear from you guys right now. I'm going to open up the floor here.
Let's do it.
And one at a time, ask some questions. And really what we're really focused on is, do you understand what we just said? And if not, let's ask some questions. Let's move around and let's figure out what.
Get the new leading edge. Yes. So the floor is yours.
So, buddy, 100%. I'm right there with you guys. Actually, like, I knew it before I knew it because look at my pen.
Nice.
Nice.
All the bright colors.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, sometimes I just amaze myself. And you know what? I love you guys. Like, with everything inside of me. You're my family.
Absolutely.
And
Soul Tribe, baby.
Here right now, if it wasn't for you supporting me 100% the whole way. And I have so much gratitude for you guys. That's all I wanted to say.
We are honored to serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. That's amazing. That makes me feel so good. Thank you.
So if there's we'll leave this open for a second, let everybody just kind of, don't be nervous, don't be anything, if there is no stupid question except one that isn't, asked.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a disconnect, clarity is what overcomes suffering. We're here. Anything in the universe. And if not, if there's a statement or something you want to add or help or help create or build, we have done all of this for you. This is yours. So, back to you guys.
Esteban, what does step 3 mean to you, and how are you gonna magnify or stay in the presence of step 3 more?
Can you repeat that?
What does step 3 mean to you? What does serenity mean to you now, Esteban?
Starting to do things we like, we enjoy, getting over suffering and all those things, and really starting living our lives like we truly want to. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Just starting receiving the gift. Yeah.
I can see it, bro, man. You're just shining, man.
Oh, man.
How could you
Freaking
not
beautiful.
receive it right now, dude? Shoot, man. That's I love
It is so amazing to watch you guys grow and transform and go from butterfly, I can't do anything, to just a beautiful butterfly flying. I can do everything. I'm doing lives now. I got a new place. I got a new person. I got my soulmate. I got the money. I got it all. I got the happiness. It's beautiful.
And I think something that just came to me too, because like this bigger vision with all of this, it's all there's hurt people around the world, and if you're hurting, you can't help hurt people. It just simply is that, once you're happy, once you're connected, if everyone was just happy, okay with what they were doing, you know, at peace here now, knowing that they're protected, connected,
Yeah,
what type of harm would be being done right now?
none.
Zero.
You know how much harm I'm ever going to give to somebody ever again? None. What if there were more people like that? What if they're like, you go and hurt these people? Oh, you want me to go kill my extended family? Are you insane? Are you insane? You want me to go kill my brothers and sisters? Why? Why? No. And you stop, sir. And if you won't, we're going to throw you in jail. You know, that's how we fix this stuff, is by living at a higher level. And see, step 3 is actually the last step in the animal, carnal, old energy, old seed modalities. That's why this is so amazing, is because you're starting to get free of your old animal. And then once you love, that's that heart chakra. And then once you love, that's what bridges the gap. And it goes from the 3 bottom animal up to the 3 divine. It is bridged by love. That's what this system does, is it bridges that gap. And something, this is just the other side of the coin. There's the suffering, and then there's the clarity. There's the fear, and then there's the love. Poverty or abundance, you see? And we can't flip it over until we have all those experiences. So that's how you can release it. And that's how, when you get to a stronger level, then you can go back and deal with the suffering. You don't just deal with the worst thing in the universe that's ever happened to you when you're still hurting. You're going to get your butt whooped. You know, you got to go and progress. And then you got to really begin to compartmentalize things in your life, is say, oh, my family member's dying, but then I'm also super successful and everything's amazing. So let's really not let one thing, let's focus on it and everything, but let's not let it flood through the rest of our life. If that's a percentage, then keep it as a percentage, and then you can go deal with that as a percentage, and it's not your whole life falling apart, basically. So this is the picking the battles, getting stronger, then going and loving it and healing it, and then sending it back to the Christ consciousness for it to start over and be healed itself. And then that's how you get rid of it. You don't just, what most people are thinking they're doing is they are getting rid of it. Sure, it's like an exorcism. But if you don't replace it with light and love, then it's just you're an empty vessel, and it's going to come right back, and it's going to even be worse. That may be something new to somebody, is you got to replace it. We are all about replacement theology, is replace the crap with the presence. Replace poverty with love. Replace bad thoughts and uncontrolled emotions with controlled thoughts and good emotions. That's what we replace. That's how we refill it. That's how you can go in unconditional love, is with a full cup. This is how you get filled. So this is how you get your core strong. This is how you get overflow. This is how you stay happy anyways, no matter what. And then when you break through that is enlightenment. Consistent happiness anyways. Even if you're on fire, if you're hand in hand with the Creator, you're going to have a smile on your face and you don't care. Then when you come out of the fire, everything is burnt away that was bad. That wasn't for your good. All your bondage, all your chains have been melted away and you're free. And so you're like, dude, bring the fire. And then you're like unstoppable. If pain and suffering and the fires don't deter you and you actually welcome them because they refine you, then you become unstoppable. This is the Limitless program at its finest. This is what we're doing throughout the land and all across this planet, is putting lighthouses everywhere. And then that light gets rid of the darkness, and then everybody can go in peace. That's what the Serenity Project is. We are supernatural heroes. Why should I care about how I feel? Because you're hurting the planet. Let me say that again. Why should I care about how I feel? Because those low vibrations go out and they create more. Stop it, please. But until you realize it, you didn't. That's why perspective is king. That's why I'm a master of vibration and perspective. Is I enable you to see clearly. Because when you have tears in your eyes, you can't see what's punching you. So I help move the tears out of your eyes, and you're like, whoa, I'm not doing this anymore.
Absolutely.
And your things are way better.
And if you guys want to really, really sum that all into a practice where you're going to go out into the world now, and obviously it's like, you just learned something. Now let's put the tool in your hand and go actually learn it, you know, because you got to put this into practice now. You got to apply it to gain the wisdom from this. So it's just going to be in standby sitting there. You might be knowledgeable. You might be able to fill someone's head with facts at some point, but if you haven't experienced it, this is the next step. So
yeah. Did you love them? Did you actually bring any benefit? Are you being a blessing? Are you smiling with your face and your heart? That's the connection again on another level. What are you doing for people? Are you opening doors even that small? Are you just loving and blessing people that big? You know, is your mind your war room where you're always praying for our leaders and our system and the governments and the religions and the people who are in charge and the people who are at the bottom? What are you doing? We need your help. That's why we meditate and in groups is to boost so that we can overcome, because just one light can take out all the darkness. Even on that new hope and even on the new revelations that I got, that hell, that vibration, that perspective has been shut down all the way to 3%. Now it's for us to receive that, believe that, and go make that real. So what are you doing? And then if you can't go anywhere and you can't do anything, then be happy on the inside, and that's what reverberates. That's what brings more. That's what saves. When you save yourself, you save the world. It starts with you. But you can't if you're in fear and suffering. So then we help you see through all that so you can get your power back, so you can rest, so you can heal. So then you can go out and shine, shine, shine. Then we all win.
It's going from a step of like you're looking outside at the world and it's definitely the blame, the victim, and you're like, why isn't someone doing something about it? And then you're like, and then you get to another day where usually through personal growth or maybe a traumatic experience or something, and that's where you can end up, you look at that same phrase and you reread it. Why isn't somebody doing something about it? Oh,
aren't you doing something about it?
I am somebody.
Yeah.
Literally the act of not going out and making a difference about it is going to
letting it
more. It's always going to do that. It's your calling. Why would there be that problem out there? Why would it just be like no one's solving it at all, but you know how to solve it? You're just waiting on the fence lines or on the sidelines trying to do it because you think someone else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it. They might, but no, that thing right there in front of your eyes is your calling and your problem to solve. And people are literally waiting and hurting in the process of you not moving towards your passion and your purpose and doing that fully.
You're the cycle breaker.
And it's okay however long it takes or however which way you want to do it. But just know there is people crying and screaming and waiting for your voice in your certain way of saying it. Not the way I say it, not the way Jeremy says it, your certain way of saying it. And that's what's so impactful with this too, because I will only resonate or reach a certain amount of people for whatever reason. And the reason I believe is so that there's abundance left over for someone else.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why the system is so cool like that, right, you guys? So it's really the words I wanted to tell you, the phrases, and we can wrap this up fairly quick because it's so simple. It doesn't have to be this whole hour-long thing, but this is the evidence. This is the whys. You know, you got a bunch of reasons why you might want to continue doing something like this, right? And once you experience it for yourself, it's freaking written in stone. It's just like you'll have it then now, right? And so what you can start doing is anytime something happens, this is all you say. Can I be happy anyways? write it on your hand or do something for the first while and start to create a habit out of it. Because, you know, these limiting or these damaging thoughts, yes, we're all started. You're limiting and damaging thoughts, the ones that say, you know, I'm not worth enough, you know, I'm not accepted, loser, whatever, fat, ugly, all, like, those all got picked up. Those all got picked up, but then we said them over repetitive, like a belief is just a habitual thought habitually, and that becomes your belief. So don't be owning these things for like, no, you don't own those things at all. And if anything, you're leasing them, you're renting them for the moment like that, you know, because
clear out that space.
Yeah, you know, and so it's like, and if that belief is no longer serving you, then what is it doing in your Rolodex, in your tool belt, like, you know? And what ends up happening is what we're doing for you guys, and why sometimes this can be very quick, is because you've got a tool belt full of useless tools. And then you're going to work, or you're going to these places trying to do work, and you're just heavy, and you're just trying to whip out a tool, and it's not the right one, and it's just like, you just look like the worst contractor ever. Like, you know, it's just like, dude, did you even know like what was happening today? We're doing drywall. You have like whatever, like, you know, I don't have the perfect knot, but like when you do this properly, you can look at your tool belt and you can be like, oh yeah, no, don't need the rubber ducky today. Okay, yeah, no, leave that at home. Like, you know, and then you put in something actually useful that you're going to use out in the world, like, you know, and then by that you're adding skills and you're becoming more of your purpose, more of your, like, you're becoming more of your truth. And as you become more skilled in that, literally that avenue is there waiting for you to do. No one's taking your abundance. No one's going to race to you and get it there for you first or something like that. You know, no one's stealing it away from you. It's yours. You have the key and it's yours to take. So get started on it. Look at life with that almost can I be happy anyways vibe, because immediately when you do that, even if it's something where it's like you don't, you're like, but I can be happy anyways. Instantly just forgave, thanked it, and transmuted it back into like transferring it into light. All in one simple phrase. Can I be happy anyways? Yeah, okay. Moving along.
Get those horrible vibrations off this planet. Take them. They came to you so you can do something about it. Send it out of here. It's like have this constant cosmic bonfire. And you get all this. Is I don't receive this. Bye, Felicia. I don't receive this. Bye, Felicia. Stop putting up with it. Nobody told you had to. And we're telling you to stop.
Yeah.
This is your permission. Your higher self brought you here because God is focusing on you. That's why you're here. It is time for you to fly. This whole nest has been nice and cozy. We've been all, you know, letting you piggyback and give it and healing you and doing it all. Have this nice little package so you can just get everything you want. Well, now we're making this, you're starting to practice it. And we're starting to move this stuff out of the way, and we're going to start scooting you out of the nest. But don't fear. Why? Why don't I fear about having to go do all this shit myself? Is because the mother eagle can fly faster than the baby eagle can fall. That's why you can have faith and trust. That's why everything is working out for you. That is why life is good. All this is on purpose. You chose all this. You said, what's going to help me spiritually evolve and get back to source the fastest? What if it's 1,000 lifetimes? What if it's one? What if it's 2 or 3? What if it's a couple really shitty ones and then a couple really amazing ones? It's different for everybody. What if reincarnation is real for some and isn't for some? Some are one and done. Some got a bunch of stuff to do. Some need a lot of freaking time because they're stubborn, like me. It took me forever to get it. But when I got it, I got it. Same for everybody else. Same for everybody else. When you get it, you got it. Mm-hmm. So this is just, this is just the love of God for his children. It's time. It's a new day. We are a new people. There's a new hope. There's been a new revelation. There are new leaders. There are new helpers. There's new energy. And the more of that new is what's replacing that old. When you take out the old, you got to replace it with the good and the new. So we could say the same thing round and round and round. We value your time, but we want to give it to you in every single way possible so that you can go out and practice this. So this month coming up is just all about what do you want? Well, let's go. Let's go. We'll help you get there. You need money? We'll help you get some opportunities. You need that soulmate? We'll boost your vibes so that you're glowing and attracting exactly what you want. You know, you need some healing? We're going to love you so much, and we're going to put so much presence on you that there is nothing that can stay except for light and love. These are our stands. These were our promises to you. This is a global movement of light and love. We are the ones we have been waiting for. And we can either have everything the Bible says and doom and gloom and all that. Sure. Or we can get our shit together and roll out the red carpet. We can either do it the easy way or the hard way. Make your choice. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going the easy way, and I'll shake on it.
That's the best thing.
It is the best.
So what else we want to raise up hands just as a one last thing, because it's this, that's where the vibe is going. Really figuring out, you know, the vision, right? You know, it's getting clear. It's the vision boards and stuff like that. But really just get very clear, very simplified and clear on what it is you want, and focus on that for a moment. You know, 5 days, 10 days, if you can do it for a month, and you'll be very, very, if you can focus on something and revisit it every day for a month. Most people will never do that. Honestly, I'll tell you right now. Most people
don't have the focus. That's why it doesn't grow.
So by me saying if you do that, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying, like, focus on like a sentence like, I am a millionaire every morning for 30 days. And by the end of those 30 days, you might not feel it on the first day, but on the 30 days, you'll not only feel it, you most likely have something extra sitting on your
getting that vibration up so you can actually receive it.
Exactly.
It's not such a big, weird thing to you.
It's a weird thing to think that, like, you know, I'm attracting my abundance. No, you are abundance, dude. Like, you just are. But you keep saying that I need to, like, travel somewhere to get it and obtain it. Like, oh, it's over on the West Coast over there. Like, that's where the money and the gold is, down on the West. It's like, no, man, the gold is inside you, man. Like, you know, just quit trying to make it so hard on yourself to get there, right? Like, we almost put things in the way of us trying to get there and make it look like really pretty and all this, and like, no, I actually I'd love to be happy right now, but I actually got this, and I got this, and I
don't have any money.
And this and this. It's like, dude, you're gonna waste your whole life doing that, man, and then you'll never be happy. Like, okay, like, you can do all of that, but let's just do this quick. Like, and I'm gonna show you guys, let's go quantum, because I love quantum physics. If you guys ever watch Bruce Lipton, I mean, that's my biggest teacher resonator with, like, this, trying to make logical sense of it in a unlogical world, but I grew up in a logical world, so that's the way that I am explaining it to myself, but eventually I might not have to use that, and just that's my little rant. But quantum physics, freaking very, very similar and very close to the spiritual journey. There's all these different types of findings that where, like, they used to discredit a lot of these, you know, like Buddha and like Hinduism and like all these things throughout thing. They're like, yeah, no, but can they actually prove it? Well, now some of these things that they recorded in some of these texts, which seem like godlike or very, very out of this world, that were like, oh, they must have just been being metaphorically saying this. Nope, these things are actually happening. We just misinterpreted the text, and we didn't take it as its literal form and literally what it's saying. And we're like, nah, that couldn't be like that. It had to be metaphor. So interesting. Here's one way, is the multiple realities theory, where every single reality is happening at this very opportune moment. Time is not a thing. Like, we're all co-creating on this now moment. You can either get out of it and then be in the the collective consciousness and basically be on idle, or you can come back into it and continue creating your life from where you left off at, right? And the unlimited realities is that same thing, where you might not feel that, but, like, say to yourself right now, you know, I am money. You know, say to yourself right now that, like, I am here, I'm safe. Say to yourself right now, I am love. And there's going to be certain things along those way where you're going to have more where it's like, I don't know if I'm love. Like, that doesn't make, you know, what do you mean love? Like, you know, but there's certain things.
Arm you and deal with that.
Exactly. And you're working up towards that. And you're working up to different phrases and stuff that you really do really like enjoy saying and stuff like that. I'm not trying to say that you're going to say that, all these really higher up type of things that someone else might say in the group like that, because that's the way that they do their mantras. That's the way that they like to do it. But some others might be a little bit more simple because it's authentic. It's easy. Like, I'm here, I'm safe, and there's no predators in the now. Let's start my day. And that, there's nothing no one can say that's wrong. There's nothing that can say that's wrong. There's no time, space where that is not true. So, and most people can tune into that now through our teachings and through this awareness. Now you have that power. What I'm telling you now, though, is the multiple realities theory. There's different types of things that explain this. Schrodinger's box. There's like the explanation where when you actually open your door into your house, the couch isn't actually showing up there as like matter until you open the door and like say normally there's a couch, or you think normally there's a couch there, right? And as soon as you leave the door, now your couch could be in frickin' Nebula, whatever. Like, it's literally your intention, your cat, whatever. It might not be there when you go, and then whatever, types like that. Like, that's how little blips, and I'm not going to get too down into it, but some people have seen blips in reality happen right in front of their eyes. And they might be called crazy, on drugs or whatever. It's just literally a blip and stuff like that. Lose your keys is another one. People lose their keys all the time. And then they're already then later in the day, they're in a good mood, and then they find them in their pocket. They're like, no.
They were in the lost mentality.
No, I checked it. Well, no, you just experienced like the Mandela effect, the blip of reality. It's just like you created your reality, and it was so profound and so right evidently that you were kind of like, oh. And then you start freaking watching The Matrix and thinking you're Neo because you are. And you get right down the rabbit hole. But what I'm saying is there's multiple realities out there, and actually there's infinite realities, and no one can take your realities away from you. So what I'm saying is there's a reality where Mindy is like, she's like this, she's on Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, and she's like her main girl. Like, she teaches Oprah, and that's how it all goes. She actually got the teachings from Mindy as a child. And that's how the whole Oprah thing. You don't know the Oprah story in that reality? It's cool.
Dolores Cannon. This would kind of help too. Like Dolores Cannon does the quantum hypnosis technique. She's the one who came up with it. That's where a lot of this information came from. She said that she was actually channeling Nostradamus as he was still alive in like the 1500s. That Dolores in 2015 was talking to Nostradamus in 1500s, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm alive," and she's like, "I'm alive."
Yeah, it's that, and that's where we're taking that linear version of you thinking that time has been this 1800s, 1900s. Everything and anything has actually happened in this very now moment we're all living here together.
And you can actually go in at every different place. This is how we go in and trigger and bring in ourselves, our consciousness, and we can be anybody, anywhere throughout these timelines. What if we go in and we're Hitler, but then we aren't that Hitler, and then that's how we can change time but anyways, but that's
this is where it's like you'll go as deep as you want, and it might not be making a whole lot of sense by now, but that's where it comes into play, where it's like we're all co-creating, and what I'm co-creating might not have anything to do or really be in your reality or even have time, but there is this magic of us coming into experience and obviously seeing what we're experiencing together like that, right? And I don't know a whole lot to go and explain it deeper and further than that, but what I did want to leave you with is with that quantum reality now, you literally can reach out and imagine you reaching out into all these infinite realities, and then you're like, ooh, the one where I write the next leading book. Yep, that's the one.
I'll take that.
Every single possibility is out there, but you go out and you find that one and you start clearly defining what's happening in that one. How happy are the people that released this book? Who's surrounded? Are you having dinner with Tony Robbins or whatever it is like that, right? And you pull that reality and you install it. And really all you're doing is essentially just pulling off the filing cabinet of all the possible things that you already own and you can already have. But you're just installing that one. You're being like, that's the one I want.
I know Kung Fu.
And and then freaking like, there you go, it's happening. Now the goal is don't think yourself out of that reality right away with doubt and being like, I don't know, just enjoy and have fun and just make really light of it. Be like, go for big, go for like crazy stuff. Because sometimes it's like, I don't think it's like whatever. Like, and then freaking whatever shows up in your life and you're like, oh wow. Because you didn't have all this like heaviness to it, right? As soon as you're like, I need the money for my bill at the end of the month. Never gonna
That's
happen.
what's repelling it.
Never gonna happen because you're basically saying, I lack money so much.
Oh, so
And
here's
so it's
more.
like, oh, you want lack of money? Fucking here's a pound, here's a ton of it. I'll give you way more than you're even expecting. You want to miss bills? You're gonna miss 3 now. Like, you know, just like everything because it loves you that much.
Your tire.
No, not the
goes your
tire,
air
bro. Not the
conditioner
tire. Don't do the tire, man. I'm late for work, and my wife left me. But anyways.
I just broke my toe. My dog died.
But the thing is, even in those moments, God still loves you, and he's still doing the most loving thing he could possibly do for you because he's not doing it to you. He's doing it for you because he's like, look, silly, I understand you're having a lot of fun creating that reality, and I'm not going to take your free will away from you, but I'm going to lead you into realizing that that is not your highest being. That's not what you came down here for.
Beautiful.
You can still do it if you want, but it's going to suck, you know, because I know and I love you so much more that I know what's else there out there for you. It's already been
I
written.
know your works before the foundations of the earth. There is nothing you can do more that I will love you more, and there's nothing you can do less that I will love you less. So now who cares about anything? Let's just go play. I'm gonna go play. We've said everything in the universe that can be said. So you guys, go smile, go love. We love you. Thank you. Anybody have anything just real quick? Because we got some loving to do.
Mindy has to pee. Yes. Everyone probably needs a quick break.
I'm going to have a bonfire. I'm going to have a cookout. I'm going to be listening to some music. I might even go live because I'm about to explode. So I'm going to go play. You guys go play.
You go enjoy.
I love you so much.
Love you guys.
All the blessing, all the miracles, all the healing, all the multi-dimensional quantum everything that you desire. Here, just take it.
And I'll tell you guys, do not take Jeremy Lama's blessings lightly. He blessed me the other night with the coolest blessing, and I accepted it, and received it. Literally 24 hours after I had 2 brand new high-profile clients in my advertising business. So don't take Jeremy Lama's blessings lightly. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm
just a good conduit, you know. Some people are like conduits of wood, and that doesn't conduct very good. Some people are like water. Some people are like silver. I'm in that gold range, you know. When God says go, I'm going, and when God says say, I'm saying. And when God says bless, I'm blessing. So
when I move, you move.
That, you know?
When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Okay, you guys. Much love. We'll see you next month. But what's really going to be cool that's happening this month now is we're going to have weekly upgrader videos. That's going to help you guys move this process along, move the steps along. And that will keep you well connected to this vibration, this feeling. And we'll see you soon.
And then don't we have that 31 days of I am enough? Are we going to do that too?
No, just kidding. All you guys will know about this. But yeah, we're going to, in one of the weeks here, we're going to have, even if we haven't made it easy, even if we haven't dragged you down to the water enough, we're going to give you a 31 days of I am enough challenge where if you complete this, you know, no guarantees, but we know from our experience, if you do this for 31 days, you're going to be freaking on fire. You're going to be high vibrating for sure. So that's going to be a huge gift, a cool gift that you guys can have and share with friends and do whatever you want.
This month is going to be awesome. And then step 4, nobody has yet seen the full step 4 yet. Oh, man, self-love. This is when you can be in happiness anyways, and you can be in alignment anyways. This is some Neo stuff. This is where we go back and fix everything. This is where we lay down our ashes and get beauty. This is where we get everything, the rewards times 7 for everything that we've ever lost. So then they were like, oh, the evil wants to take away from me? I'm getting 100-fold. Please come take it. I'm begging you. This is power. So it's going to get, we finally got out of all that old caveman garbage.
Right.
Garbitch. Now it's time for the good stuff. Now it's time for our new energy, the new seed, our new nature, our divine nature. I can't wait. I'm already there. I'm holding the vibes, but we're going to practice and we're going to get up there. It's awesome. So, all right, we won't keep you any longer. Thank you, guys. Anybody just real quick? Anything?
Let's unmute everyone.
Yeah, we'll give it just a quick 5 seconds. Anybody, anything?
Yeah, I don't think I'm stuck in step 2 anymore. Thank you for that.
Great.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, if you feel like fear is like, bye-bye, fear.
Yeah.
To us because you just graduated for show. So much love. Much love. And if everyone
something.
Nope, just background noise. But
Okay.
I think it'd be cool if everyone on 3 say Namaste. 1, 2, 3. Namaste. Peace out, everyone. Much love.
Be a blessing. Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Love you.